Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you very much for your questions. Shall we type some loose ends first? When is the optimum time to eat pasta, Don? You were saying you can't eat it in the morning before a game. It puts you off.
Yeah, I would say about 12:30 for a 3 o'clock kickoff, Dan.
12:30, I see.
Listen, you wouldn't eat pasta in the morning for a game. You would probably have some scrambled eggs and some light breakfast stuff. If you need to eat, by the way, Don, you can't just shovel a plate.
Your carbs in.
You just can't shovel a plate of pasta in your mouth and all of a sudden you turn into Superman. It's just not going to happen.
How are you getting your carbs in?
No, how
are you getting your carbs in?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're waiting until 2.5 hours before the game, it's too late, right?
I would imagine so.
Huh? When would you eat before a game?
Me?
Yeah.
2.5 hours before the game.
Crisps and a Coke?
No.
No.
No, that's the night before.
That's just silly, yes.
Yeah,
that's it.
Night before.
I can't imagine that was Alexis McAllister when he came off.
I actually did that, come to think it.
What?
I had crisps and a can of Coke. Only because it was pre-season.
Okay.
And I didn't think I'd figured out I wasn't playing.
Right.
So I had about 4 bags of crisps and a can of Coke in the afternoon.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Got to the game, Joe Fagan went, oh, by the way, you're starting. I was like, I'll be all right. I was only a nipper at the time.
Right.
Like 20.
Yeah, only young.
Tell you what, right on the hour mark, guts went.
Oh.
Pain.
Hold on, does this story involve gases?
No, I managed to avoid that.
Right.
But the pains in my stomach were horrendous.
Okay.
And of course, couldn't say anything.
Yes.
Because they would have been well wise, aren't they?
Well, there we go.
Tell you what, do you think every time Alexis McAllister gave the ball away, he turned round to the bench, he went, never got my pasta.
Don's right, he should have had his pasta.
I think get my
Also, that we learned when Stevie was on his trip, he would double shoulder his backpack.
Backpack, yep.
Don, would you double shoulder it?
Yeah. What's a double shoulder?
Well, you put one both shoulders.
Yeah. Well, that's how you wear a backpack, isn't it?
No, you're single over the shoulder.
That's why there's two.
No.
There's a reason there's two.
Yeah, that's for the...
Exactly.
Put it on, not one.
Oh, no.
If you're supposed to put it over your shoulder, there'd only be one.
There we go. Right.
Yes, Stevie.
I need to run for the plane.
So you don't
I'm
have to
with you,
hold on to
Stevie.
it.
Hold on.
Because when you put the two on, it's secure.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to do all this nonsense that he's doing.
What's more surprising? The way he's wearing his backpack?
Yep.
Or the fact he has a backpack?
That you remember the backpack.
And what was in the backpack?
Yeah. Did Eleanor somehow attach
in the
it to you?
backpack, there's two passports, one expired,
Yes. Yep.
one non-expired, but
Frank
not...
Skinner's autobiography, which he takes everywhere with him.
Do you?
Yeah, I always take that. Brilliant. If it ever comes a period when I don't know what to do, and there's not a movie or something, I just shut my eyes, open it, and start.
There you go. Frank Skinner, by the way, is a British comedian.
Fantastic book. Every page has got you smiling.
Oh, there we go.
Brilliant.
For Don, what's the percentage chance that Ten Hag will get the sack this season?
It's got to be low. They can't sack him, can they? 10%.
10%?
Yeah.
I think it's a bit higher than that.
Yeah?
And they continue to play like this.
Worst start to the Premier League season, isn't it? 3 defeats out of 5.
They're lucky.
Aye.
They have that.
No, I'd go 25%.
Ooh.
He doesn't need Varane back. He doesn't need Hoyland firing. He doesn't need any more problems off the field. He doesn't need Amrabat in the team. Do you know all he needs?
What's he need?
What do you think?
A little bit of luck.
Plate of pasta.
Pasta.
Plate of pasta. If he eats pasta, but not at like 9:30 in the morning. No. But if he eats pasta afternoon every day between now and United's next game, they'll be flying. Pasta.
Yeah.
Craig, what would drive you up the wall more? An ex-referee's documentary, a series about football's most influential agents, or a reality show with all Ballon d'Or winners in it?
The Ballon d'Or. I don't mind the referees because I listen to some ex-referees on podcasts now and again, because some of the ones that are not eating themselves, that are relatively normal, I've got some really good stories to tell. So that would be the number one. The Ballon d'Or would... What's the question? The Ballon d'Or would drive me up the wall.
No way.
No? That'd be all right, wouldn't it, watching everyone fight?
The agents, but the...
Most influential agents,
Well, we did. We had some in the week. It wasn't ours. It was from somewhere else.
Right.
A publication had polled agents about best and worst signings of the season so far. Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Who wants to ask an agent? And then, you know who the best signing was so far?
Go on.
It's been good, but Maddison.
Okay, ahead of Bellingham.
Correct.
Right, well.
And the worst signing so far, one of them was Rasmus Højlund.
He hasn't played.
Right, exactly. And they're asking agents.
Oh, well, let's not give this any more time, shall we? Would you start Jeremy Doku over Grealish, Don?
Ooh. I think I would in the short term. I think he's got something, and while he's hot, I think I'd let him fly a little bit. I think in the short term, why not?
Don, what was the worst derby defeat that you played in? Milan lost 5-1 to Inter today. What have you got in your hand, Don? You got a pen?
Yeah, I've gone a little bit sort of techie, Dan. It's an iPad pen.
Yeah, but you're on TV.
Yeah, but what are you doing with it? What are you writing?
Well, I just got it in my hand because when the Bundesliga stuff was on, I was just doing some notes about the Man U Brighton game.
What did the notes say?
Eat some pasta at 12:30.
Show us your notes, Don.
Show us your notes.
Hang on. Hang on.
How long did you cook it for?
Hang on. Look, I've gone a little bit techie. Can you see that? Can the camera pick that up?
No, I don't think we want to, really.
No, well, you can sort of zoom in on players and past results. Well, why? It's because I need them for my game.
But the game was earlier.
I know, so I was just making some extra notes about players' performances, who played well, who didn't. So I had the little pen in my hand.
So you're telling me we were chuntering on, you weren't, and while
we were paying attention.
You weren't even listening.
Oh, Lord.
I was listening. And I was noting at the same time. I didn't need to watch.
You haven't got that capabilities, we know that. Not having that.
Worst defeat? Derby defeat, Don?
Not sure, can't remember.
Okay, anyone?
Nothing particularly big.
No. Okay. With the Sheffield and Crystal Palace games decided in late injury time, 90+8 and up, how do you guys assess its value thus far? You text me, you weren't happy about this.
No, I think it's ridiculous. I understand.
But there were quite a lot of stoppages in that Spurs second half.
I know, but it's too much, isn't it?
So what do you do then? Yeah. If there are stoppages enough to warrant that, you say, oh no, Stevie doesn't like it, we'll just have it as 6 minutes.
If it's warranted, it's fine, but if it's not...
But it's difficult. It's not like it's easy to judge, Dan.
Right.
I mean, it's just not. It just seems ridiculous that 12 minutes on to 45.
I had a 21 the other week.
Me those 12 minutes is justified on 45? Really?
Where was this, Don?
I mean, that's nearly a third.
Saudi game.
No, I was just saying...
I'm not asking.
That's nearly...
You told me... I shouldn't have asked him that.
I told you not to ask
You told me too late. I was already mid-asking.
I knew it was going to be a boring answer. Sorry, Stevie.
No, it just seems that's nearly a third. And by the way,
it's just under a quarter.
They weren't doing anything different in the first half as they were doing to the second. So we didn't get 12 in the first half. I mean, it's too much. I'm sorry.
I mean, you've got things to do, haven't you?
Exactly.
Things to do.
Too much.
Backpacks to pack.
With the Sheffield...
Passports to renew.
No, we've done that one. For the FC crew, did Spurs rely too much on Harry Kane last season, or has the switch in management given this team new life in the Premier League?
Well, yes and yes.
Yeah.
100%. Aye, easy peasy.
And I think a change in personnel, like if you look at the midfield, I mean, Bentancur's injured, but he's a good player. But
look at Bissouma.
Bissouma came in from Brighton and he had some injury problems and he didn't play particularly well, and his first season was difficult. But him, and when you look at before, I've never been a huge fan of Højbjerg. I'm just not. I think he runs around a lot.
Yeah.
Passes it sideways.
We saw that, didn't we, in the Fulham game in the Carabao Cup?
And then he was playing with Skip, but I think the personnel change, certainly in midfield and then the addition of Maddison, allied to the manager wants him to go out and play, it's just a huge difference.
Here we go, this is going to get fused, Don. Obligatory percentage question for Don. What's the percentage chance that either Spurs or Brighton make the top four?
Either.
Yes.
That's difficult. That is difficult.
Use your pen.
That's hard. Hang on.
Isn't it
That
electric?
is-
Don't put it in your mouth.
It's
Jaws.
not electric.
It's
Not electric, is it?
A scene
Not
from
electric.
Jaws in a minute. Start going.
Electric.
What Brighton did? What Brighton did today?
20%.
That's quite low, Don.
Is it?
I would say so. From what we've seen.
All
So,
right, I'll-
what are we saying? So City are going to be there, Liverpool are going to be there, Arsenal are going to be there.
Yep.
That's it. So they're fighting for one position.
Yep.
20.
20?
I was going to go 25.
Okay.
Oh well.
The mere fact that they made 6 changes
Yep.
and won so handsomely against Man United at Old Trafford.
Only one of them has to make the top 4.
Yeah, I would go with Brighton over Spurs. I think Spurs are
No, you
going
don't
to
have to. No,
one
no,
of them-
together. They're a team.
I know.
They're a collective.
25%.
So why are you saying Brighton over Spurs?
Because that's the question.
No, it's not the question.
Spurs
What's the
or Brighton.
percentage of what?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
either Spurs or Brighton.
Yeah, Spurs. Well, if you give me a chance, because you keep jumping in.
Okay, go on.
25% Brighton and 10% Spurs.
So 30.
So that means
No,
So
no.
35%.
What's the
overall.
percentage chance of both of these
Either.
teams?
What's the next question?
See? It's not
35%?
easy, Stevie.
If you say so, I.
Yeah, no?
No, I can stay on this. I'm enjoying it.
That'll do.
I'm
It's not
enjoying it.
easy, Stevie, is it?
Well, yeah, apparently not.
Apparently, it's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
What would you say?
Of one of those two,
Yeah.
30%.
Yeah, there we are.
And 15.
I want with Spurs.
It depends how much pasta they eat.
Oh, yeah. Final
yeah.
question.
That's, I tell you what, this job's done now, isn't it?
Craig.
This job is now redundant because anybody plays badly, we just sit here and go,
Pasta.
Pasta. That's it.
Don said,
Don said.
pasta.
21 minutes. For Craig,
Which league? What?
Stevie is a football legend in your home region of Ayrshire. Stevie being quite the character, I'm not sure if that's a compliment,
Ayrshire?
has meeting him shattered any illusions you had about him?
Well, what do you mean? We played against each other.
But now you know him personally.
There's many
Has he fallen
hundreds.
from that pedestal?
There's many hundreds of rounds of golf
Yes,
have flowed under the bridge.
I know.
I'm saying,
And he's driving you home tonight.
yes.
How would you describe Stephen's driving, Craig?
Slightly erratic.
Aggressive?
I would say tailgating is a speciality. He's got a penchant for ignoring stop signs,
Yep.
of which he has been punished by the local authorities on many occasions.
Yes.
In which case he walked off mumbling about.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. You're quite an angry driver, Stevie.
no, he likes to get places quickly.
Yes. Yeah.
Aye. I guess that explains why my wife sits in the front seat with her hand like that on the.
Does she
Holds on.
does she pump that whole invisible brake as well?
Well, I can see it.
Crash helmet.
Yeah.
Straight on.
I can see her tightening the grip,
Yeah.
and then the back goes back like that as well.
Right.
She starts doing that.
Well, he's like he drives away. He is on the golf course, right? And that is, no, it's not his golf game, but his impatience
Yes.
to get past anybody. I was driving him back from Massachusetts a couple of years ago. We've been up playing a couple of buddies. I was driving so as he could have a couple of cold beers.
Nice.
Right?
What a lovely friend you are.
Yeah. Well, I had with no choice. He wasn't going otherwise. And on the way back, right, we're on the 84 and he's gone, right, just go down the inside on the highway and go past him, then go up there and cut in there. And I'm going, shut up. It's like, what? Just
Don, have you
cut
been in a
everybody
car
off.
with him?
No, but I can't imagine Stevie's car being clean. I've got this impression of
It's not.
Coke cans, crisp packets,
It's not the-
chocolates.
it's not the worst. It's not clean.
No, mine is worse than yours. Because I got
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah, you get it.
Well,
I got kids.
You've been driving me home recently.
Yeah, I have been driving you home.
Your car's not too bad.
Oh, well, they're good. That's it. We are done.
You've also got a little habit I've noticed. One sec. No. He's a bit of an iffy driver, but I noticed with you, even driving along on a straight road, you're always touching the brake.
There we
You're
go.
quite like nervous.
Yeah, I'm...
You're like, and I'm like, I was sitting there going, what's he doing?
Right, good. Well, you don't have to have a free ride home anymore. That's fine. You can walk.
Something for you to think about before I get a lift next week.
Do you know what?
How annoying that. You know, people in front of you when you keep putting the foot in the
No, there was nobody in front
Do you know
of
what
us.
you had to go at before last week?
What?
Why do you keep reversing into your car park space?
Yeah, that's annoying.
Why is that annoying?
Well, you keep reversing in.
Why?
Well, just pull in front of you. Pull in.
Oh, my sister's that. She reverses into the garage, right? But it takes her like 30 minutes.
It doesn't take me
I'm like, why
30
don't you
minutes, it's easier. And then you just
2
boom.
seconds to
You re-
drive straight in.
Yeah,
So why do you have to turn the car around, back it in, do that way, go that
Don't
way?
do that
look
way.
in the mirrors, do all this. It takes like forever.
When
to
you were
back it
away.
in. So why don't you just drive in?
When you were away, we come out the door again, the side door, and I went to, you've reversed in again. I said, it's really annoying me now.
Oh, man.
Why do people do that?
Because it's easy and you're out. Boom.
By the way,
Yes.
Yep.
I looked out the window today
Yes.
and I saw you come in.
Okay.
And I thought, and I watched you.
Yeah. And did it take 30 minutes?
No, but I watched you reversing
Going
in
into
and
the
I thought,
garage. Going into a garage does.
All right, then. I'm not reversing to a garage. The car park
I'm
is
sorry,
at
It never
work.
took 30 minutes.
if I'm behind you and you're reversing in, you're just one of those guys that are awkward.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because if anybody comes round the corner outside here, they've got to stop for you to start all your nonsense reversing out instead of just driving in.
This is what people tune in for. Thank you very much, everyone. I didn't know I touched the brakes that much.
You do.
Wow. ESPN FC
I'll count them the next
is
time.
back on your screen. So Kay is here tomorrow alongside Ali. They'll be reflecting on Real Madrid, who can get to the top of La Liga table.